I revere the jewel of the Sangha, the highest and most excellent balm, worthy of offerings and hospitality. By the power of the Sangha, may all misfortune be destroyed. May all illness cease from me. All right, morning friends. So we've done Buddha, we've done Dhamma, and now we're up to the Sangha, the highest and most excellent balm. All right, so this is, again, always important to clarify that when we're talking triple gem, when we're talking Sangha, we're talking about the Arya Sangha. This means that men and women, bhikkhus and bhikkhunis, who have become at least stream enter, once returner, non-returner, arahant. That's the Arya Sangha, right? So this is the Sangha that we're looking up to, not just Sangha of bhikkhus and bhikkhunis, not just my local Sangha of lay people, something like that, like a group. No, this is the Arya Sangha, very important. So when we think about this, they are the most highest and excellent balm. Why? Right? Because we have the teacher, the Buddha, we have the teachings, and we have the people who we can look up to as role models, who have followed the teachings before us, who have followed the path, who have achieved at least the basic level of awakening in that path. Right? These beings are to be revered and respected and to look up to and used as a role model. Especially since most of us, because of the way the Buddha is seen now in the world, most of us kind of don't see ourselves in the Buddha. We kind of think of the Buddha as this greater grand being. And he did become that, but he wasn't always that. He was us, right? But since most people don't really kind of connect with the Buddha in that way, we have the Arya Sangha. I always encourage the people in my communities, if you have like a disciple of the Buddha, bhikkhu, bhikkhuni, one of the famous lay followers, men and women, who kind of you feel connected to, like you feel drawn to, well, lean into that. Because maybe this is the person who's kind of like your role model, right? Like for myself, it's Maha, the grumpy old man of the Sangha. And a little bit Sariputta. Sariputta feels a bit above me still, but those two are kind of like what I look into, right? And even for me, it's like I have on Bhikkhuni, like Bhikkhuni Patachara is somebody who is really I connected with early as well. So it's good to have these kind of beings, like to read their stories. There's a book by Hermann Hesse called The Great Lives of the Buddhist Disciples or something to that effect. You can find it online. You can find it on PDF, Amazon, all kinds of things. But it has like all the stories, and most of those stories are kind of later. They're not from the early text, but it doesn't matter. It's a story. It's meant to help you in that regard, right? If it goes against Dhamma, then that's one thing. But if it's a story, totally different. So this is the important thing. And these beings are fields of merit, right? Buddha even says monks, just regular monks, are fields of merit, meaning that people giving to them, people supporting the monastics, gain much merit from doing so, right? And why is that? Is it because the monastics are so great? No, not necessarily. It's because the people are supporting Buddhism. They're supporting the fourfold assembly, bhikkhus and bhikkhunis, laywomen, laymen. They're supporting that this Dhamma, this teaching, this Buddhism survives. That's what they're supporting. Right? Without bhikkhus and bhikkhunis, no Buddhism. Without laymen and laywomen, learned, good practicing laymen and laywomen, no Buddhism. Doesn't happen. Need all four to have Buddhism. So that's why it's very important, right? That's why the Buddha says that these beings are fields of merit, right? That we are supportive of these beings, so that the Dhamma can flourish, the Dhamma can grow, and especially beings who are of the Arya Sangha, right? And they don't advertise themselves, right? They don't they don't have a card like, here's my card. It says Arahant right here. Like I saw some lay person who's a famous guy, and he like literally like is like, PhD, LC, and then it was like Arahant. Like it's like, here's my card. I couldn't believe it when I saw that. But they don't advertise that, so you don't know. No, but you can't really know, right? But if somebody is beneficial to you and wise, and you look up to, and you, they're not perfect because they're not arhants yet, but somebody who's like, oh, well, I think this person is of good benefit to the world, and I want to support them, right? So it's very important. This is why the Sangha is one of the jewels, right? These three things, the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha, the fourfold assembly, these things keep this Dhamma and discipline alive, keep the teachings alive, so that we can pass them on to the next generation, right? That's one of my goals, right? Like the Dhamma has come to me 2,600 years later, and it's, maybe it's a little corrupted here and there. Things are not quite as pure as they used to be, but that's fine. That's the natural order of things. But I can do my best to preserve and to pass on the teachings and to pass on communities that will keep it going long after I'm gone. Whether to my next life or to, to extinguishment, whatever it is, I can still keep the Dhamma going, right? This is a very important thing for the benefit of many, many, many beings to come in the many thousands of years to come. So friends, I wish you a very spiritually successful and peaceful day. Sukhi hotu, may you be happy. Practice well and be well. I will see you tomorrow. Today's Thursday, yeah? So tomorrow is the final morning monastery experience for the week. And then tomorrow will also be the final MME at our wonderful friends, the Indonesian Buddhist family of New York here. So I'll be back in New Jersey, and then for the next couple weeks. And then we'll be taking a break for the month of March because I'll be with Bhante Rahula. And then we'll get back to it again. So friends, see you tomorrow.